So welcome everybody. So today we'll be discussing about the indifference curve analysis. And on today's indifference curve analysis is the theory of consumer behavior series 2. Theory of consumer behavior series 2. And from there we'll be looking at the objectives, what we seek to achieve on today's video. We're looking at the objectives. So today I'll be explaining the indifference curve analysis. From there, I will explain the graphical illustration of indifference curve, and also I'll show and explain the indifference curve map. Then finally, I'll summarize the properties of indifference curve. So please stick around and watch till the end. Thank you. So now, indifference curve analysis. Now, what is indifference curve analysis? Indifference curve analysis can be referred to the ordinal utility theory. In economics, we have two theories that looked into the theory of consumer behavior. We have the ordinal utility theory and we have the cardinal utility theory. So the indifference curve analysis belongs to the ordinal utility theory, in which utility can be ranked. So the ordinalist believes that utility can be ranked, as opposed to the cardinalist utility theory, which says that utility can only be measured. So indifference curve analysis can also be referred to as the ordinal utility theory, and their belief is that utility can be ranked in the order of preference. I hope you get me now. So now, moving on. So indifference curve can be described as a curve which shows the locus of all combinations of two goods. The indifference curve shows the locus of combination of two goods, x and y, which yields same level of satisfaction. So that is indifference curve. On my next slide, I'll show you the graphical so that it looks more interesting to you. So that the consumer is indifferent of which commodity to consume. So indifference curve shows the locus of combination of two commodities, which is x and y, in which the consumer is indifferent of which commodity to consume. The consumer is indifferent of which commodity to consume. Now, moving on, we have the graphical analysis. Now, as you can see on this slide, we have the indifference curve. On the vertical axis, we have the y commodity, and on the horizontal axis, we have the x commodity. And you can see the indifference curve is painted in red color, which is labeled as IC, which is indifference curve. Now, this is the two combinations of two goods in which the consumer combination of two goods, which is x and y, in which the consumer can consume while remaining on the same level of satisfaction. I hope you get me. So now we have the line. So as you can see, this is indifference curve. So I will tell you more about indifference curve when we get to the properties of indifference curve. So moving on, we have the indifference map. So now this is the indifference map, in which we have different combination. We have different indifference curve, and we have the commodity y and commodity x. These three indifference curve means that as we move from one point to another, there's a higher level of satisfaction. As when there's a shift in from one indifference curve to another, there's a higher level of satisfaction. When we shift from this IC2 to the second one, there's a higher level of satisfaction. I hope you get me. So now, moving on, we have the properties of indifference curve. So we have the curve again, and the first property is indifference curve is negatively sloped. As you can see, the curve is negatively sloped and is downward sloping. It is downward sloping. Now, moving on, we can say it is convex to the origin. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. It is convex to the origin. The indifference curve is convex to the origin. The indifference curve is convex to the origin because now we have the commodity Y and we have the commodity X. And based on the fact that whether the consumer choose to purchase Y or X, the consumer must attain same level of satisfaction. So now as we move along the difference curve, as we move from this point downward, the consumer must be substituting more of a good for another good as we move along the indifference curve, and that is why it is convex to the origin. So as we move along the indifference curve, the consumer is substituting, that is, the consumer is consuming more of X and giving up some amount of Y. That is what we mean by convex to the origin. So now the indifference curve cannot intersect each other. Of course, it cannot intersect each other. They must be convex. And if any other one will be shown here, and if any other indifference curve will be, here, then it has to be another level of satisfaction. I hope you get me. So we can't have an indifference curve like this. We can never have an indifference curve like this. Can never intersect each other. I hope you get me. So that is all about indifference curve analysis. So thank you so much for watching. If you got value, please smash the like button and also please subscribe to the channel. So thank you and see you on the next video.